Hey everyone, it's Megan with the CraftyPlannerLovR here. Welcome to my channel, and welcome back if you are returning. It is finally December, and I am so excited to do my last monthly setup in this planner. I am ready for it. I am ready to get started. I am so excited to share with you guys this layout. So let's go ahead and get ready. This is the monthly dashboard calendar from BlessUrHeartStickers. I have used these in October and November, and she has the entire year on her Etsy shop, so definitely check that out. If you use my code Megan15, it will save you 15% off of your order, and you will receive my freebie. I am obsessed with this design. When I saw this on her shop, I knew immediately that I needed to use this, and I'm really hoping, at the time of me filming, she has not released it yet, but I'm really hoping she will come out with this as a kit, because I will get all of the designs in this version. So this is what I'm using for the calendar portion of my planner, but y'all are familiar with how I set up my monthlies, and I'll show you oh my gosh, November's, so you can get an idea of how I do it. At the time of me filming, November is not quite over yet, so that is why you see some empty stuff. But this is my layout for November. As you can see here, I haven't fixed this, but this is kind of the layout that I do with my calendar. So I have my stats here, all of the information that I need to know, and then I have the PRs listed down here on the bottom so I can track them each week. So that is kind of how I do my layout. And then for my previous months in October and September, I can show you September's just because that's easier for me to flip to. This is what September's looks like. It is my stats, all of my PR information, and then if you go to the monthly section of my planner, then you will have the stats for each week, for each PR team that I'm in, so that I can make sure that I'm posting each week. That is what I do with that section. So we're actually going to go revert back to this kind of situation here in my planner. That's why I'm showing you October's, because I didn't do that, or sorry, September's, because I didn't do that with October or November. So that's why you're seeing September. So for that, I'm actually going to be using these guys. Now, these are from Sweet Tea Plans. I've had these in my stash for a little bit, and I actually had laid them down on a planner, and I never used them, and I was like, well, I need to use these because they're beautiful, so why don't I just use them in this planner, because I know I'll use them. So this is what we're going to be using. These are A5 dashboards from Sweet Tea Plans. Unfortunately, her shop is closed, so these are not available, but there are some dashboard layout stickers from BlessUrHeartStickers that you can get for your Hobonichi cousin or whatever you are using. So definitely check them out. I will leave BlessUrHeartStickers information in the description box. Sweet Tea Plans doesn't have any information, so I'm not going to leave their information there, but you can definitely check out BlessUrHeartStickers. So, long explanation, but let's go ahead and get started. We are going to begin with our monthly calendar. I'm trying to figure out which washi I want to use as the background for this, and I'm really kind of leaning towards the pink because I don't think the purple is the right color. And I'm only adding washi because I did last month and I really liked how it looked. So, ooh, but the purple definitely matches better. But there's no pink in this spread. We're going to use pink. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to hopefully it'll work. Hopefully we like the pink situation. Here, let me show you what November's looks like. This is November's calendar. And I did use SerilynArt dolls, which I probably will end up using SerilynArt dolls in this spread too, but we'll figure that out in a second. But I did the washi at the bottom and the top just to make sure everything was neat and organized. So that's kind of the layout situation that I'm going with in this spread as well. because we are going to be having a lot of content to write down. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like holiday or Christmas sales from the PRs that I'm in. I'm sure that they're going to need lots of information. I do track most of that in my pre-planning planner, but sometimes I write it in here as well, like you saw in November's spread. Sometimes I do write that information in here just so that I can flip to it and see the spreads that I need to worry about as far as like promoting the sales or anything like that. So I like to keep that information readily available, but sometimes, sometimes I don't put it in here. It just depends. I am going to be doing that for my my 2026 planner, because I'm not going to have a pre-planning planner in 2026, and I kind of will talk about that. I already filmed my social media setup, so you'll hear me talk about that when the time comes closer, but I do explain kind of why I'm not doing a pre-planning planner next year, and you'll kind of get the explanation of why. I am excited for this. Okay, so Monday is the first day of December. So I think we're going to start here, and I am going to go ahead and put the 1 right here just so I know where to put like all of the boxes and everything. I do need my tweezers because I'm doing a struggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 31. This way I can see how much space I have to work with for the boxes here and the washi and everything. That way I know. Okay, let's go ahead and put our sidebar here. Yeah, I think pink was a really good idea because I like how this looks. Let's do this washi all the way across. Oops, I missed a spot. My bad. I talked about this in my November layout, but in case you are curious as to, you know, everything in this planner, this is size to fit a Hobonichi cousin, but my planner is actually a Hobonichi cousin dupe, so it is not the exact size of a Hobonichi cousin because you have it goes all the way to the edge of both, because I got this planner from Temu. So if you have a normal Hobonichi cousin, this planner will fit it, no problem. It will work, but if you have a weird planner like I do, then that is why it will be a little different, but you can still fit all of the stickers and all of the things on this spread, or on this planner. Just so you are aware, it is not the design flaw, it is just how I have laid out my planners. So if you are like confused as to why it doesn't fit like that, like in my planner, then that is why. It is not a design flaw, it is a planner flaw for my planner. Hopefully that explanation made sense. If it did not, many apologies. Okay, I think we are going to, because these do fit, as you can see, these do fit in the box. But like I said, my planner is just weird. It is a weird planner. So it is not Bless Your Heart Stickers' fault because my planner is all kinds of funky. Let's do it like this. Like that. And then we will continue the last little bit. I don't think it's going to reach all the way over, but that is a-okay because we will just rip it. Make it look like it was intentional. Okay, let me put the rest of these days of the week on here and the dates, and then I will get back to the actual decorations. So now that I have all of that done, I love this. It's so pretty. It's definitely very pink and like pastel, and I love it. This is definitely my aesthetic, and I'm so excited. Let's write down any of the important information. I'm actually going to write it down already in pen just so that I can have them. So we have our SerilynArt sharing circle, and that is going to be on the 21st. So let's do this with the light blue. And I'm putting it a little a little bit towards the top, because in case there is a sale that starts on the 21st, which I have a feeling there probably will be, I want to make sure I have room for that. So, SerilynArt Sharing Circle, the theme is Frosty, and it debuts at 9 a.m. on the 21st. And if something happens and it moves, the good thing about Bless Your Heart stickers is I can easily remove this. Even so, let's go back to like October. Right? I can still remove these stickers with absolutely no problem. So I'm very happy with her stickers. So we have that. Then we also have, we're going to use these, we have Christmas, obviously. We have New Year's Eve, obviously. We also have Christmas Eve. And there's another important date. I know that the 12th and the 27th are important days for me, because those are my sister and mom's birthdays. We also have the sales for the PRs that I'm in. They end on the 2nd. So I'm actually just going to, you know what? I am going to put this here, and we are going to use the purple and the arrow. I'm going to flip it this way. Okay. And this is when the sales end. So I'm going to put Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales right there. And then I do think I'm probably going to need some SerilynArt dolls, as we are not surprised by. So I do have some set aside, but I want to go ahead and do the other pages first and then add the dolls like I did last month, just because I want to make sure that I have, you know, what I need. So let's begin. This is going to be a very, very easy spread, because like I said, I did add these to a planner already, so they are oh goodness, oh no, that's okay. You know what we can do? We can cut this. We can cut this up. Problems are going to be solved, kids. Everything is going to be okay. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Kind of, sort of. It kind of, sort of fixes the problem. See, this is a Hobonichi dupe, so that's why it doesn't necessarily fit. But you know what we can do is I can just cut this, because I'm going to be putting a doll there anyway. So this is okay. We are going to survive. Our Nutcracker is going to be sad, but he'll survive. He'll be okay. So the size is okay as far as like this goes, but these guys need a little bit of help. Let's start with this, because we do want this on here. So I'm going to scooch it all the way to the edge, all the way to the edge, and scooch it down. There we go. And then we are just going to cut this. Don't freak out, everybody. Alright. And then we're going to take this guy and scooch it all the way. Well, actually, hold up. Maybe we can do it this way and see if that'll fit. Not quite Well, dang dang. Okay, hold please. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Guys, I will solve this. This problem shall be fixed. Okay, we're gonna go like that, right? Okay, y'all with me so far? Okay, this is how we make stickers work for ourselves. Okay, guys, this is how we make things work. So, we are gonna take this guy and we're gonna scooch it all the way over until he meets the edge. Okay, there's that one, right? Gonna do the same thing with this guy. Perfect. You see how things work, guys? See how easy that was, even though it wasn't easy at all? Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing with this side. I'm just gonna speed through this because you guys don't need to watch this part. This part's just gonna be super boring and uneventful, so let's do a speedy speed. Now we have everything on these both pages. Wow, that was English on both of these pages done. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the dolls because obviously this needs to be fixed and this needs to be fixed. So I have these guys. These are from SerilynArt. They are like winter themed dolls, and I'm really thinking I'm leaning towards this girl and this girl, or this girl. Let's do her. Right here. A little bit further. Yes! Beautiful. Oh my goodness. She looks great. Okay, let's put her right here. Or should we use this doll? Kind of leaning more towards her because she looks super cozy and comfy. Yeah, let's use her. Although now I'm kind of leaning more towards a different doll for this one. So, good news is that came up real easily. Maybe we could use this one. Yeah, I like her much better. She looks really good right there. Should we change this one too? Kind of leaning towards yes. But I could also add one at the bottom too. Yeah, we're going to add her at the bottom. I don't know why, but I just really like the idea of her going here. Oh goodness, well, hold on. We're just going to white this little tree part out. No one will know. Perfect. I like that. That looks cool. That looks cool. Okay, let's go back to the calendar portion and add the dolls. So I'm thinking of her right here. She looks really cool there. And then maybe like in between these 2 days. Yeah, let's do that. See, there we go. Okay, and then we can still put, I still have room to write on here, which is what I was worried about. That's why I wanted to use these tinier dolls for the calendar. That's why I chose to switch them around. And then this girl, I think we are gonna scooch right here. Maybe down just a little bit more, like that. And then we can move Saturday over a little. And Sunday. There we go. And then put the numbers back. So I still have room to write on those days, which is what we want. Okay. Last little thing I think I'm going to do to make sure they're not just floating, I kind of want to add a little something something right there. Just a little something so she's not standing on air. And then her, why don't we just do the purple? There we go. Now we have our dolls on our spread. That looks really, really cute. And I don't want to add any more because if I add more, then it's going to be way too crowded. But I really like that. I think that looks really pretty. So the last thing I'm going to do is go to, if I can get to it, I'm going to go to my calendar here for my PR info for the PRs that I'm in. We are going to line the top and bottom, where did my washi cutter go, with washi, and then we are going to do the habits, obviously, the PRs I mean, because I forgot that we need to do that for this month because we don't have the tracker thing. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we'll add some of those dolls to complete the spread. Let me grab the trackers that I have from Designs by Mel. How many weeks are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5. Perfect, I have 5 ones left. So now let's add the dolls and then we'll be done. Let's do, I really like her. I really want her to go right here, because I really want her on the spread. She is gorgeous. Perfect. Okay. So we can put this one like this and stick another doll right here, because I do have another winter doll that we can place on the spread, and that's okay that it takes up just a smidge of that section. That is fine with me as long as we have space for everything. And then we are going to take this box here and this box here, and we are going to add our title. Maybe not. Actually, maybe yes. Just to tie in the rest of the other, oh my gosh, that was so crooked, to tie in the rest of the other stuff. So this looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. Although I am having some hesitations about this, only because I want to add some washi under here because I have some extra and I want to use it. Perfect. Oh, yes, absolutely. 100% approve. Look at that. That looks awesome. I love this. Okay, that was a really, really good idea. I also have some leftover of the other, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it here to tie in some of the other kit. How did it go? It goes like this. That looks really cool. I'm super happy with how this turned out, and I think, y'all, we are finally done with the spread. Alright everyone, that is it for this month in my Hobonichi Cousin social media planner using some dolls from SerilynArt and then the monthly kit from Bless Your Heart Stickers, as well as some dashboards from Sweet Tea Plans. I really love how this looks. I think it turned out really good. I'm very happy with me adding the extra little bits to tie in the rest of the colors in the other planner pages. I think this turned out absolutely gorgeous, and I am so excited to use it for this month. If you want to save some money off of your order from Bless Your Heart Stickers, you can use my PR code Megan15. It'll save you 15% off of your order, and you will receive my freebie. For SerilynArt, you can use my PR code Megan25. It'll save you 25% off of your order. And then this is what my freebie looks like for the month of December. I am so happy with how these pages turned out. I think it turned out really, really beautiful. I am very excited to start writing things down. I am so pumped to share with you guys all of the content that I'm going to be sharing this month. I am finally going to be uploading my July 4th vlogs from when I went to Disney over the summer. I promise y'all I will be better at it. I have the entire week to do all of that, and I have a lot of time on my hands so I can sit down and edit. I'm doing an entire day just to edit all of those vlogs. So fingers crossed we will get them up as soon as possible. So I'm very excited for you guys to see them. But until then, I hope you guys liked this video. Once again, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can be notified when I post new videos, so that you can also be notified when I post my 2026 planner, which is going to be really exciting and I'm excited to share with you guys. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, craft on. Happy holidays, guys.